Hi, it's Dorothy Guinan with Scrapbooking Quebec. In this video, I'm going to share the layouts I created in May 2024. I made 24 12 by 12 pages with the material I shared on YouTube at the beginning of the month. There were two kit share videos, my stash kit and my Mercy Tiara Bloom kit unboxing, and both of those videos will be listed below. Before starting, there are a few things I'd like to mention throughout the share. Sometimes I'll put one layout on the table, then the coordinating page. These are double page spreads that started with a single page layout, then I stretched it. And at the end of this video, there will be still shots, so you will get a second look at all of these layouts. So without further ado, let's get started. The first 6 pages I created with 49 and Market's Wherever collection. So this one here, I created it as a single page layout, super easy because all of this background was already done on the paper. All I did here was create a bit of a layered photo mat and one embellishment cluster. That is it. Now, I did create a page 2 to coordinate with it. These are travel photos. So typically for me, when I have travel photos, I have a lot of photos. So for this page, I simply filled it up with photos. Once again, what I did was I created a layered photo mat just to kind of mimic this one here and created one more embellishment cluster. So now I have an embellishment cluster in 3 spots, here, and as far as I'm concerned, this is one here, even though it's already on the page. Super easy. Here I created a little photo flip book, so there's actually 2 more photos inside this. I create these with cardstock and I just simply fold over a piece of paper. There's actually a quick tutorial on my channel where I show how to do that, so that's going to be listed and linked below. Once again, another page here that I created as a single page layout, and you can see the background paper is very decorated already. What I did was layer up a journaling box behind it, a few more layers here, and 2 embellishment clusters, one with the journaling, one with the title. This is a die from Elizabeth Craft Designs. For this one, I created a page 2 to coordinate with it again. Once again, a page filled with photos, travel photos. So you can see I've created one embellishment cluster here, once again creating a visual triangle across the 2 pages. And once again, another one of these photo flips where I incorporate extra photos on my layout. I have 2 more pages that I created with this 49 and Market Wherever collection. This one, I created it as a double page spread. So you can see I basically created a border that went across the 2 pages and filled it up with photos, reserving some of the spots for journaling and title and embellishing. So yeah, what can I say? Nothing too complicated here. Filled it up with photos. You can see I have 3 embellishment clusters, just a tiny hint of one right here. Here I created a little pocket. You can see all I did was I cut a rectangle of paper. It's popped up with those strips of foam adhesive. They came from the scrapbook. I got mine at thescrapbook.com. Very narrow strips. So I just lined the rectangle with that, leaving the top open. You may notice here, there's like a little scoop out. I basically took a circle punch here, and inside here, I have 3 little cards with tabs, and in there are extra photos. Now I'm going to change collections, and the next collection I'm going to show you is from Pinkfresh Studio. I created 8 pages with Pinkfresh Studio's Lovely Blooms collection. So for this one, I created it as a single page layout. Actually, there is a video on my channel for this page design, just a video showing how to create kind of a layered 4-block grid. So taking a 4-block grid and kind of stepping it up a bit. It's a really fun design to use with lots of scraps of paper. I did create a coordinating page to go with it. So here you can see it here. So again, I have 3 main clusters that go across the 2 pages. The writing for both of the pages is over here, and I did it on vellum, so it's kind of tucked underneath the border, overlapping this paper here. For the Pinkfresh Studio collection, Lovely Blooms, you're going to notice I ended up incorporating wood grain, I think, in almost all of the pages. I absolutely loved how the wood grain paper coordinated with this collection. I do find wood grain looks very lovely with floral paper, and there were a lot of florals in it. So here is another layout I created. Once again, I created this one as a single page layout. Lots of wood grain here as well. For this one, I used tag dies from Elizabeth Craft Designs. I use these big tag dies all the time. I absolutely love them. I don't know if you can tell, but this one here is that big. It's probably 7.5 inches long. It's really, really fun for layering. So here is the coordinating page. Super, super easy. Once again, a 4-block grid. Really, really easy. This one here is another one of those photo flips that I use, and I use them all the time on travel layouts to incorporate extra photos on my pages. This will be hidden under a page protector. I'm okay with that. I prefer that than cutting a hole in my page protector. Again, it's just a way of incorporating extra photos on a layout, a place to store my extra photos. All of the important photos for the story are visible on the layout. The next one here, I created it again with the Pinkfresh Studio Lovely Blooms collection. This one, I created it as a single page layout, and I must give credit to somebody in Scrapbook and Cards Today magazine, their most recent release, Spring Summer 2024. Do I have it? Uh-oh, I thought I had it highlighted here. Hang on a minute. I'm going to stop the camera and look for it because I like to give credit to the person who deserves it. I drew inspiration from Gloria Parra's page. So her page was on page 29 of Scrapbook and Cards Today, the Spring Summer 2024 edition. You can see she used the very same collection that I'm using, which is why I actually selected this collection for my kit this month. Anyway, you can see she has a floral border here, a grouping of photos, and a bunch of embellishments kind of bursting out around it. Obviously, my page is a bit different, but you can definitely see where my inspiration came from. So thank you very much, Gloria. I absolutely love your layout. Now what I'm going to do is show you my complimentary page. So once again, a 4-block grid, nothing complicated here. 4 photos, 2 horizontal, 2 vertical, with 1 embellishment cluster in the middle. I have 2 more pages using the Lovely Blooms collection. This one, I created it as a double page spread, so pretty easy. Classic double page spread. Basically, I created a map that went across the 2 pages. I did it in 2 different papers here, then simply added basically 3 embellishment clusters. 1, 2, 3. This one being the largest embellishment cluster. So that's it for Pinkfresh Studio Lovely Blooms. Now I'm going to show you the pages I created with the Mercy Tiara Kits Bloom release. That was from May 2024. I created 6 pages with this collection. So this one here, I created it on YouTube, so the link will be listed and linked below. The Bloom kit incorporated material from mostly 3 different collections. Pebble, Sunny Bloom, so that's what I'm showing you now. A lot of this comes from the Sunny Blooms collection. There was also material from Carta Bella, Here Comes Spring, as well as material from Echo Park Papers Telling Our Story. So again, a lot of this is the Sunny Blooms collection from Pebbles. Here's the page I created to coordinate with it. So this one here is a grid with 8 photos. Basically, I printed up a bunch of wallet-sized photos, formed them in a grid. You may notice a lot of them are in black and white. That is because these photos were taken over a 2-week period. It was kind of random shots I took during that time when I was visiting family in Nova Scotia. For that reason, I ended up keeping most of them black and white because I took these photos over a 2-week period. The colors were all over the place, so it made it easier to turn them into black and white so that they would match my photos. But I do have some photos in color. The original page has colored photos of these cats. There's a repetition of these cats on the coordinating page, both in color, so that kind of makes the 2 pages work together. And to create a visual triangle on this grid, I incorporated 1 more photo in color. And this one, I selected this one because my brother is wearing Nova Scotia tartan pajama pants, and these photos were taken in Nova Scotia. So for me, it made sense to my story. The next 2 pages, again, from Mercy Tiara Kit's Bloom collection. Also, most of the material on these pages I created with the Pebbles Sunny Blooms collection, but other stuff as well, because I'm looking here at this sequin mix. It is a Mercy Tiara Kit exclusive sequin mix. These alphas, which were different in the video, by the way, that's another story. I had to change it after the video. Anyway, these alphas are from Maggie Holmes, but they were all part of the Bloom kit. So this video here is listed and linked below. Here is the page I created to coordinate with it. Once again, another sequin heart. So I do show how to create this sequin heart journaling box on the video, so in the video I should say, and I did another one here. Actually, at the beginning of the month, I challenged myself to use sequins because I don't reach for them very often, and this month I ended up using sequins on 3 different pages, and it was so much fun. Anyway, you can see these are heritage layouts. Once again, I created another one of these flip books, so again, there is a tutorial listed and linked below where I show how to do that. Super quick and easy. And basically, I have 3 embellishment clusters, 1, 2, 3. I'm just going to explain why I changed my title here. When I was creating the coordinating page, you can see I have a title here, 1970s. Originally, I had a title here that was written Joy, and I really loved it. It was from an embellishment pack from this Sunny Blooms collection from Pebbles. But I couldn't find another one that would work on this page. I did want to incorporate the year because in my heritage album, a lot of my pages start with the year or the era. So I wanted it to be consistent with my album. And I felt like I needed a repetition from one page to the next. So I was able to lift the word joy. It really was no problem. It's back with my embellishing. And now I changed the title to Me and Tiny. That's me and my cat named Tiny. Now I have 1 more page. Actually, I have 2 more pages that I created with the Bloom kit. This one here, I did create it on YouTube, so it is listed and linked below. It is sketch inspired. It was part of the challenge, or it was the challenge for the Mercy Tiara Kits Facebook group. There is a challenge every month. And this month it was a sketch challenge. The sketch is by Christine Davidson from Creative Scrappers. So this is my interpretation of it. And I did create a complimentary page. So most of this material, I may have just mentioned this a minute ago, is from Carta Bella's Here Comes Spring collection. Now, at the end of this kit, so I created 6 pages with it. I have a fair amount left of Bloom, so I want to show you what I did with the leftovers. Basically, because I love this kit, I just didn't have that many photos. I am just starting to take summery and springy photos right now. In this baggie, I created a mini collection based on Echo Park papers telling our story. Now, there was some material in the Bloom kit from this collection. Also, there was material in the previous kit, which was called Adventure Awaits from Mercy Tiara Kits. So what I ended up doing was grouping it together to create a mini collection, and I also incorporated material from my stash. I don't know if you can see that. There are alphas here from Heidi Swap. On the back here, you can see this black and white striped paper. That's actually from the Hip Kit Club. Tomorrow, I will explain this when I do my kit share video for the month of June. But I just wanted to show you what I do with my leftovers at the end of the month. I also incorporated, or I should say, I also created another mini collection as well. This one is based on my leftovers from the Pebbles Sunny Blooms collection. I used a bunch of it, but I still have quite a bit of it left, and it's absolutely beautiful. You can see I have paper here, I have titles and alphas. In the back here, you can see some paper that I brought in from my stash. It's actually from a Jen Hadfield collection. Anyway, I'm not going to go through this, but I did want to explain what I did with my leftovers at the end of the month. I'm probably going to use this kit sometime in July and August. Very summery, very, very pretty. So now I'm going to show you some more pages that I created actually with leftover page kits. The next 4 pages I created with kits that I put together from leftovers. The first 2 I created with leftovers from Pink Paisley Joyful Notes collection. This was leftover material from my Mercy Tiara Kits Adventure Awaits collection. At the beginning of this month, at the beginning of May, I put together a kit. I incorporated some wood grain. A lot of what I had left over was 6x8 papers, so I was able to stretch it by adding some 12x12 paper, of course. I did have some 12x12 strips of paper. You can see I've added it here. Anyway, I'm really happy with these 2 pages, and I'm quite thrilled that I used up leftovers from a collection. That always feels so, so good. You can see I created, once again, another one of these sequin hearts. So much fun to create. Again, there is a video listed below where I explain how to do that. The next 2 pages I created with, once again, another page kit I created with leftovers from the Mercy Tiara Kits Adventure Awaits collection. This one was based on material from the American Crafts Coast to Coast collection. I did incorporate a bit of simple stories here, and I also incorporated material from 49 and Market's Wherever collection. It all worked really well together. So I created this page first. I used that very same sketch that I showed you earlier that I did on YouTube, the Creative Scrappers Christine Davidson sketch. This one does look different. Hang on a minute, I will get the other one out. Here we go. So you can see it is the same design. I used that ripped top border. I also kind of created a cluster here with a title. Here I incorporated my journaling. I think the journaling for this page is going to go on the complimentary page. For this one here, I ended up adding a cluster within my torn border. This one, I kept the cluster right on the main part of the page, but definitely the same sketch as a jumping off point. So for this one here, I created a page 2 design. So a simple row of photos. I often do this. One main cluster over here that incorporates my journaling as well. And here I've created, once again, one of those photo flips with extra photos. So that is it for the pages I created in May 2024. Here are the still shots. Tomorrow I will be back on YouTube with my scrappy kit and plans for June. And the following day, I'll be back again with my Mercy Tiara kit unboxing for Sunshine. That's the name of the June release. I hope you enjoyed this layout share. If you did, I'd greatly appreciate a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, Scrapbooking Quebec, I would be thrilled if you did. And if you are a subscriber, thank you very, very much. I'll be back tomorrow on YouTube. Have a great day, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.